Hey gang, Kevin here, Life22, and we are just slamming them out of the park today. So what we did two book reviews. This will be a third, and we got some sock reviews done. So we're just killing it today. Last of the year, man, just tidying up, doing some tidying up, right? So I don't know if you guys were here the other night, but we read Little Owl's Night to Lennox. We're going to have a discussion with him. We're going to have a discussion with him the same we're going to have a discussion with Miley on The Old Man and the Sea. We're going to have a discussion with Lachlan on Stone Soup. We're going to have a discussion with Lennox on this book. And Quinn right now is finishing Tom Sawyer, or The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, the first in the Mark Twain series of Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn, and then like Tom Sawyer the Detective or something. If I remember correctly. But I mean, I've read two of the books in the series. I think when I was a kid, I read the Tom Sawyer Detective as well. Anyways, we did reviews on those already, so we'll have a discussion with Quinn on her findings of her book. And that'll be all for kids in some books, right? So that'll be exciting. I have a Jordan Peterson seminar series to review, and we have those jiu-jitsu tournament videos from nationals to put up still too. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff, and then tomorrow is the first of the month. So tomorrow we'll be jumping into January. So, but without further ado, Little Owl's Night. So, if you remember from our reading the other night, we have Little Owl here. Well, we have this trash panda stealing some nuts, and Little Owl is making Little Owl's Night by let's see if we get her name right. Okay, see, because her cursive here, it throws me off. Divya Srinivasan. You can take that to the bank, people. Anyways, so Little Owl is having a wonderful night, seeing the moonflowers and the snails slithering up the tree. Checks out this possum family waddling neatly in a row. Essentially, it's teaching the kids about all the nocturnal animals, right, including owls. Hedgehogs around the mushroom patches, skunks eating because he could find no snails, so he's eating berries. The beavers are gnawing at trees. The turtle is hiding in a shell because as the fireflies are out. This trash panda's here. This raccoon is just hanging out, eating all the nuts he stole. The moths fluttered to the moon. Little Owl wanted to follow, but had to head home. And he sees the Grumpy Bear's cave and tries to wake the bear up, but he sleeps because he's not nocturnal. Owl wonders if he'll ever see the stars. Frogs croak, crickets chirp. Little heard the rustling feet of a fox. See, the bunny is non-nocturnal, so it's sleeping. The bats, and then it says, "Mama, tell me again how the night ends." And the moon and the stars fade to ghosts. Mama said, spiderwebs turn to silver threads. Dewdrops sparkle on the leaves and grass like tiny stars coming down. The moonflowers close and the morning glories open. The sky brightens from black to blue, blue to red, red to gold. The rooster crows, the crow caws, and the day begins, said Mama, but Little Owl did not hear. He was fast asleep. And most likely during your portion of reading this book to your child will be asleep as well, because it's a great nighttime story. And then obviously, Divya addresses the book to, I'm guessing, her three children, for Amma, Appa, and Ramaya. I'm so lucky to have you, Divya. Divya. Anyways. And then look at this. Yeah, that trash panda is just hanging out. And the squirrel comes and steals all its nuts back. Doesn't steal them back, takes them back. Belongs to the squirrel. The trash panda's a thief. So it kind of gives the kids a little like insight into nocturnal animals versus non-nocturnal animals. There's not a lot of depth here. Just a nice little simple story for kids, younger kids, probably younger than Lennox, to drift off into night land. It's definitely a good little book to read your kids. And it looks like this book, I guess my mom gave me this book because it was a donation to somebody. It's a personal gift for a little girl named Addison, and it's from the United Way. So I'm guessing my mom got this book and gave it to us because it's from New Milford, Connecticut. So that's where I grew up, and that's where my mom's from. So when we had our kids, it was probably one of those, you know, hey, here's a whole bunch of kids' books, and part of the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. So, not a whole lot to unpack about this book, but we'll see what Lennox thinks. I think you'll actually get more out of my discussion with Lennox on the book than you will on some depth of the book. Unless you can think of something that this book is somewhat relatable, kind of like Stone Soup, how we found some deep internal stuff to, you know, to bring to market from a business or a capitalistic standpoint, showing how innovation and entrepreneurship like really brings it home. But off the top of my head, I don't see any depth here other than like it's a nice little story. It walks kids through. It portrays the little owl personified as a little kid. And after he's done exploring for the owl's version of a human's day, it's time for night. So, thanks, guys. We will see you next time on Life22. Thank you for listening to our review after our reading of Little Owl's Night by Divya Srinivasan. Yeah, that's right. In the bank.